Welcome. Please come in and have a seat. And feel free to make yourself comfortable. And you may leave us. I'll be fine. We're all friends here. The criminal underground has to stick together after all. Oh yeah, we're not supposed to call it that, are we? I do apologise. I'm still learning the ropes of this new position I've found myself in. But anyway, please leave us alone. I am sure that nothing dangerous will happen. Your guys already searched her for weapons when she came in, didn't they? See? Everything will be fine. So just go. Thank you. I normally appreciate your worries, but right now they are severely unfounded. I am so sorry you had to see that. I hope his suspicions did not offend you. Thank you for being so understanding. My bodyguards mean well, but they can be a bit overly zealous in their care from time to time. Especially after what happened with my father. Well, thank you very much. Your condolences are really appreciated. His sudden passing came as a surprise to us all. And now, I find myself having to fill his shoes. So many of the city's other families have already sent their condolences as well. It truly warms my heart to see how respected he was in this business. You brought something with you? Those are some beautiful flowers. I'll have to make sure to lay this on my father's grave the next time I visit. Your family head picked them out herself? How is your mother, by the way? I only remember seeing her once at that big negotiation a few years ago. That is good to hear. It can be easy, managing the second largest family in town. I still don't know how my father could lead one that is even bigger. Please, give your mother my regards when you return. Now, this can't be the only reason for your visit. Am I right? So, why don't you go ahead and tell me what else you've brought for me today? Just your condolences? Forgive me for doubting that. The other families all took the opportunity to propose some kind of deal as well. So, why would you be any different? I mean, the only reason that your family took so long to send their regards is because you were still busy trying to figure out how best to use my father's death. Cut the shit! I am well aware that your mother sent you to what? Seduce me? Or just manipulate me into doing your bidding? Why are you acting so surprised? You're not the only child who grew up in this cutthroat world. I can see right through your every move. Just as I can see through everyone else's. Yes, the useless child. That certainly is the personality I've portrayed myself as over the years. Did you know I even introduced that specific nickname? All it took were the right rumours at the right time and place, whispered into the right ears. Why? Because it's so much better to be feared for your position and underestimated for your abilities than the other way around. Especially in this business. I prefer only the ones I work directly with to know about my true nature. Everyone else can keep thinking of me as the naive, spoiled, oldest son of the city's most influential family. It keeps them from crossing me without thinking, but makes them careless enough to make mistakes. Your face speaks volumes. Why did I hide my true intentions? That's what you're asking yourself, isn't it? To be honest, I was going to humour your attempts at fulfilling your mother's oh-so-secret mission, but it was just so pathetic to watch that I couldn't bear it anymore. The awkward ways you snuck seductive glances at me, played with your hair, and even tried to establish skin contact were all so obvious. You really only have a pretty face, but none of the skills to use it properly. It's a real shame. Are those tears I see in your eyes? Oh, don't try to appeal to my sympathy now. I can see those tears for what they really are. Not tears of sadness or fear, but tears of anger and frustration. Now that we've got the pleasantries out the way, would you please just show me whatever business proposal you have in that bag of yours? I bet you even brought a pretty-looking folder with fancy-looking graphs and tables and everything, didn't you? This is just precious. Colourful design, check. Graphs, check. Tables, check. Extremely disadvantageous terms for my family, check. It's so refreshing to see how stupid you really think I am. Your people must have worked so long and hard on this proposal, trying to squeeze as much use of me as you possibly could. Well, as you might have gathered from my reaction, your proposal is rejected. But since you went to the trouble of getting me such a nice folder, I have a similar one for you. Please, take a nice, long look at it. That's right. Those are all pictures of your family's operations. Not all of them, but definitely enough to get every single of your members a nice long stay in the Crowbar Hotel. In the right hands, this folder could implode your entire organization within a single night. And it doesn't just stop at pictures, by the way. There's everyone's home addresses, all your hideouts and warehouses, and so much more evidence. And this here is the coup de grace, la pièce de résistance. So you do recognize it. That is indeed your family's ledger. The one that was supposedly burnt to ashes a few weeks ago. Only that it wasn't. But that much should be obvious by now, even to someone as stupid as you. How did I get it? Well, I happened to come into contact with a certain someone within your family who had enough of a reason to want to lend me a helping hand. Scary, isn't it? Really makes you wonder who else of your most trusted members is on my side. What's going to happen now? I'll tell you what. First, you are going to take this folder back to your mother. She'll think about it for a night or two, just to give herself the illusion of having some control over the situation. then she'll follow the demands I've written down in this envelope anyway, because she doesn't actually have a choice, and she'll know that as well as I do. You look curious again. Fine, I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you, seeing as how the demands involve you. There are basically two demands. The first one is that she is to step down from her position as family head and yield the position to you. I don't care what kind of explanation or excuse she gives others, as long as it's believable. The second demand is that she personally marries you to me. Ah, you look so surprised. And a bit frightened now that I take a closer look. Like a helpless little mouse cowering in front of a snake. Maybe that's what I'll call you. My little mouse. Why am I doing all this? Have you never heard of a political marriage before, little mouse? No. I guess this one is a tad bit unconventional. The leader of the second largest criminal organization being led to the altar by the previous leader and being married into another family? Oh, the confusion and humiliation that every single one of your underlings must feel at that. Simply exhilarating. And it will completely shake up this game board that I've so carefully prepared. Yes, prepared. Do you still think my sudden rise to power was a coincidence, little mouse? No. I've been spinning my web for years now, moving all the little game pieces into the right places and waiting for the opportunity to strike. Did I kill my father? I'm going to leave that answer up to your imagination, little mouse. He was weak and never knew how to rise to true greatness, despite everything at his disposal. I will make much better use out of his resources than he ever could. Under my rule, the families will finally be united and form an actual front against law and order. The city will be ours. Oh, no. The other families won't do anything. At least, not until it's too late. I don't mind telling you a little secret that no one else knows. I have dirt on every single one of them. It's not just you. They all just believe that they are the only one. That I came across all that dirt by accident. So they will sit back and wait until one of the others take the first shot at me, so they don't have to suffer my retaliation. Why am I telling you all this? Simple. Because you won't be able to do anything about it. You will walk out of here freely, but you will be painfully aware of the invisible chains and threads that bind you to me. But don't worry, I take good care of my possessions. As long as you don't act up and behave well enough, you will want for nothing, little mouse. Now that I've finally obtained you, I am not going to let you go. Ever. Aww. See who finally used her pretty little head for some thinking. If you can pick up on things like that, you may be more useful than I initially thought. Yes, I did say finally. I've had my eyes on you for years. Ever since we met at that big negotiation. You were the only one close to me in age and status, so I naturally paid attention to you. There's just something poetic about the younger generation overthrowing their parents and leading the way to a brighter future, isn't it? So, I spent the last few years plotting, planning, scheming, or whatever else you might want to call it, trying to find the best way to obtain you and achieve my goal. I spied, I threatened, I blackmailed, and I hurt people. All in order to move all the pieces into the exact position I wanted. You might act frightened and shocked right now, but I can see in your eyes that you're already beginning to warm up to the idea, little mouse. Now, I don't know if that is because you simply gave up on resisting me, or if you genuinely find the idea of ruling by my side intriguing. And, in honesty, it doesn't matter to me, as long as the end result stays the same. So, why don't you take a bit of time for yourself and use that pretty little head of yours to figure out that part first? After you take this folder and my demands back to your mother, of course. If there's nothing else, please, let me escort you back to your car. No, please, I insist. It really is no trouble at all. I know that you can find your way back by yourself, but I would be a terrible host if I just sent you on your way home from here. And I don't want to reveal my true nature to anyone else just yet.